Okay, so my... 1 minute. So my opponent, Senator Simon Fields, who I have great respect for, made a very important point about the gender wage gap, and he said that our maternity leave package would actually increase the gender wage gap, right? Which was a major point of my first speech. So the reason that I added in, I don't know if you remember, but during my first speech, I added in a point in which we said that the man, possibly compulsively, would have to take time out of the workforce along with his wife, right? To take care of the woman that he has impregnated. So if we were to make, for example, a mandatory, I should say a compulsory system, which the man also had to take time off work while the woman is taking time off work, do you think that that would solve the part of the gender wage gap, so that men and women are both disadvantaged, like you say, by the the pregnancy of the child, so they both have to take a year out of the private sector? You want to take a minute to respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, theoretically, that could work, but we're talking about Hillary Clinton's family leave plan, which does not make anything compulsory. It basically says that you can take time off if you want to both men and to women. So the idea that making it compulsory is what we're debating about is a misnomer. And so, again, when we're talking about a voluntary policy, which women will probably take advantage of more than will need more than men, because they are expected by society to do more of the parenting, especially in those early stages, because of patriarchal norms that my opponent wants them to stop complaining about, even though they really have a lot to complain about. But never mind. The point is that this is going to hurt women more than men. This is going to hurt the wages of women more than men. And let's remember that the most impoverished families, because of the gender wage gap, tend to be from female-headed households, and this is going to make that worse for women and children in this country. We can't let that happen. We have to oppose the resolution. Thank you.
Give it a minute? You want to put a minute on it? I don't want to respond to that, what you just said. I'll take a minute to do so.
Oh, we're doing...
Let's keep going.
Conclusion now?
Or, yeah, okay. Let's keep it. I would like to actually form a bill that we could both agree on.
Okay.
This is policy. Is this LD or this is policy?
I believe in bipartisanship. I believe in the Rogerian philosophy.
But we were debating about.
What would this be considered? Would this be LD debate or would this be policy?
This is Simon and Robert debate. So my opponent brought up a point about the gender wage gap and said that this would not at all fix the gender wage gap. It would actually hurt women, right? It would actually widen the gender wage gap. Which is why maybe if my opponent believes, which is what I asked, is that if we should add a compulsory element to where men are mandatorily also have to take time off work while their wives are pregnant. So also, if the women are going to be disadvantaged by the pregnancy, we should also disadvantage the men, right? Why is the woman taking all the burden of this pregnancy while the man continues to move farther and farther in his corporate career, while the woman, whether she's working at UPS or while she's working in a prestigious law firm, or where she's working maybe running her own small business, that she has to be the only one being disadvantaged by this. So I'm trying to pass a bill here. So if Senator Simon Fields would like to add in that we need to make it compulsory for men to also take time off in this maternity leave package, I would be more than willing to put that into my bill.
Okay, gentlemen, if you want your podium, I discussed it.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
I'll do my concluding speech on the podium.
It's all one long video, right? You're not gonna make, right? Okay, good. It's better to edit stuff out than just have to edit 4 videos together.
That's all right.
20 minutes already.
20-minute debate. That's good. We'll make an hour debate. We'll talk an hour free. This is in a real senatorial debate.
I don't want to hold the camera for an hour.
I'll give you hives, Robert. Oh my God.
Here, I'll take it. We'll put it right next to us.
Oh my God. French bedfellows.
Well, we're talking about Hillary Clinton's maternity leave package, so it's only respectful that we give her the love she deserves.
Well, that's if you're going to be respectful of anything connected with her. Go ahead, guys.
All right.
Good time.
Listen, I'll take her over Bernie Sanders any day. I think she shows strong bipartisanship, and she knows how to get things done. She knows how to reach across the aisle.
Well, you were even fundraising for her last year.
All right.
I worked for a telemarketing company in which I raised money for the Hillary Victory Fund, as well as Hillary for America. So I've raised more money for Hillary Clinton than anyone in this household.
Wow. Amazing.
I took more from Hillary than any single one of you.
Oh, you must be heartbroken then at the results. Maybe not.
I think that
Maybe not.
I think that the Clintons were able to get along with the Republican Congress. Newt Gingrich and Bill Clinton, showed they were able to reach across the aisle. 16 years later, is anyone reaching across the aisle? Is Paul Ryan and Obama working together? No. Is anything in the democracy ever going to get done if we don't reach across the aisle? No. I would like back the 1990s where we had, people who were willing to actually work together. It shouldn't be R's against D's. The R's and D's should be working on behalf of the American people together.
Well, that's why everything's constipated. Things don't move. Anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, carry on. Carry on. Listen, one day this will be painted. I promise. Go ahead. It still has the price.
You can paint it while we work on it. Up to the side.
All right, now
You can paint it red. I would prefer that.
You're fond of red. I see that.
I am too, because I'm a socialist. But I was just saying. I would just
red
say,
with the blood of the people that you kill.
No, because I'm not an authoritarian Stalinist. But anyway, that's a whole other debate that we're going to get into later.
My opponent
hold on.
Point of contention. My opponent wants to paint the streets with bourgeoisie blood.
Okay.
As he has just stated.
Now, my opponent needs to do this because he has not made his position clear in this debate. We started out debating about Hillary Clinton's maternity leave and paternity leave package, and now he's making this into a congressional thing where we accept amendments. Look, if that were the format, if the parameters of this debate were figuring out a bill that would be great, I would support.
Hold on, second point of contention. Second point of contention.
Third point.
I have 3 seconds. I would support a compulsory thing if that was what we were doing, but that isn't, and because it isn't, I cannot, in good conscience, support this measure. Thank you.
See, hold on. Stay standing, my friend. Okay, so here, give it. Give it another 2 minutes or something, because we're gonna spar for a second here.
Oh, we're gonna ask questions of each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, we could filibuster each other, till the cows come home. Or we can try to get a bill passed. You did not specify at the beginning of the debate whether this was a Lincoln-Douglas debate, whether this was a parliamentary debate. If I want to tell you that I want to get some sort of maternity leave package put through, then I would like to know if you're. My question is, would you like to get some sort of bill passed today, or whether you think that maternity leave its entirety is a negative endeavor to seek after?
Mr. Speaker, I don't think that 2 men have the right to legislate on women's issues.
Well, seeing as how the majority of the legislative bodies are made up of men, I would think that men also have to be a part of the discussion.
The Speaker of the House is getting immense cramping in both his right and left arm for holding the camera for approximately 30 minutes. So I appreciate your good effort, but I think I'll have to cut this short.
Hold on, you can put the camera down. It's fine. Here, hold on. Well, can you see? I don't know. You can go look at it. Check. Here, you want to make a point about what I just said?
Sure. Yeah, I've got the podium now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot accept a policy which will put women at a disadvantage in the workforce. A policy which will cause gender wage gap to increase, which will cause unemployment to increase, which will cause more outsourcing, which will cause more automation, and all of these things are very bad. And for those reasons, and for many, many others, I urge you to oppose the resolution. Hang on, we still have 30 seconds. Do you have any more questions?
Move aside, my friend. So, is what you're trying to say is that you don't think that any part of this maternity leave package be salvaged? You'd like to shut it down altogether, yes?
I'm saying
there's no part of it that can have any positive ramifications for men and women in society. No?
If it were
or the child involved.
If it were made compulsory, it would. But since that isn't what we're debating about, it can't be.
Well, then let us make it compulsory. Is it made compulsory that we have people's wages garnished to put them aside for Social Security fund? Don't we force people to have a retirement savings account? We didn't ask them if they wanted that. They were born into a society in which we took money away from them to tell them they had to save for their own future. Why should we not say that when they're having a child, they should make certain decisions that make it positive for when they bring life into this world? Don't we have a responsibility to the unborn child? I'm not having a debate against pro-choice versus pro-life. That's a whole different discussion. I'm just talking about, do we think that we should make sure that we try to find some sort of bill that can close the gender wage gap and make sure that we have equality in society. So let's say, for example, that child that's being brought into the world happens to be a daughter, right? Maybe we should make sure that she lives in a world in which we're actually looking for solutions to make sure that men and women are both are both equal within the society, and their salaries they're not being punished because they happen to have a certain biology that disfavors them in the private sector.
I agree completely, which is why I can't wait to support the resolution using all the points that you just made.
That's horrible. See, my opponent is admitting that I'm making a lot of very strong points, but he'd like to shut down my bill because he knows when it's his turn, it's his time to debate on the affirmative. I'll tell him that I would totally like to sign your bill, but I would add certain I would sign your bill as long as we can add certain things into it, like making it compulsory. If we're going to pass any maternity leave package together, we need to make sure that it works towards closing a lot. I was making the point about social justice warriors and feminists and institutionalized misogyny for a reason. I was saying those people have legitimate concerns, right? And let's find a way to address those legitimate concerns, because I hate when you have all these people on the left and the right, who talk and talk and talk about institutionalized misogyny this, or institutionalized racism this, or, religious freedoms this. So let's actually pass a public policy that might actually, come to a solution instead of complaining. Would you actually like to come to a point in which we can both agree on a bill that can, like you say, make sure that men and women are both treated equally in this society?
Of course.
Good, then use it all in your affirmation.
I will.
Okay. I don't have. Well, actually, probably speak in the negation a lot of you. I don't even probably need to write anything.
So
your approach is overly pedagogical, guys. You're far too structured, honestly.
Far too structured.
We were brought up by Ian Lamford. The Ian Lamford School.
Wait, do we need to turn this around? Isn't this the point where we're supposed to?
Wait, no.
But I mean, this part's not supposed to be showing, but you're supposed to have something like.
Oh, right.
No, I'm thinking. Oh, what is that?
There used to be something.
No, but it was right here.
Oh, it's okay.
Hold on. Why can't we just tape it down for now?
Okay.
Did you just turn that off?
That's not supposed to be there, though. Here, look. There's nails that'll keep it in. Look, see that? I mean,
you guys want to get about
You want some food?
I was thinking I would just
I would love some food.
No, I don't want to impose anything on you, Scott. I appreciate you.
No, that's okay. I mean, do you guys want some eggs or eggs? Eggs and toast or something? Or is that...
We're gonna get this one.
Actually, we have
this
soup.
nail might just need to come out.
We have good soup that Arlene made.
Sure.
This?
I want to just take this nail completely out, or just find a way to. It's a little bent to the side.
Do you have like a hammer?
It's okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay, take it without. I'm gonna try to fix this. Here, make your first affirmative speech. You probably don't need the papers now that you're speaking in the affirmative.
Oh yeah, I don't need these ones.
Listen, we're actually speaking about what we believe you really need here.
Yeah.
Wait, can you make sure that he's only in the camera? You want to sit down?
Of course.
I'm gonna be out of the frame too.
Oh wait, we haven't heard your judgment of who won the first one.
Oh God, I think you both made very coherent points. I wasn't paying much attention, to be honest. I'm sort of dozing off. I got very limited sleep. But I think that in any democratic society, and I want to be on the camera for this, I think in any democratic society we need to provide for everyone who's disadvantaged, even if it comes at an economic cost to certain corporations or certain businesses. So even though providing maternity leave may be somewhat ineffective, it may not be cost effective for certain corporations, I think that we need to look at the morality of the issue. I think the morality of the issue is more important than the economics, and that's why I'm more of a socialist. He's more of a left winger as well, whereas Robert Gold is more on the right. So everyone is entitled to their difference of opinion, and that's really great. I think it's great. So you both did very well.
Thank you very much. And,
Hold on. When we speak on this issue, I'd like to point out that let's try to get a bill passed. So can we make that? That's our new political debate style.